Mueller's Funeral Home, which is the services they got applying the national service for the increments for downloading. All increments to the services for the Social Security Office. Social Security Office, Chase Bank, U.S. Bank, Key Bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Washington Mutual, Sterling's Bank, which merged to Oompa Bank. Services that they inquire EFT transactions, automatic transactions pulled out of the accounts, which is the wall, the monuments for the Mueller's Pentagon of the wall of the Pentagon, which is Daryl Johnson. He's a Green Beret, fortifying, saying that the water lines were repaired and whatnot, which was faulty. We got rainbirds here. All rainbirds are connected to a water line access. It's a very, very big water access line. It's a high pressured water line, reserve tank, conserving all the water at a checkpoint list. As you can see, where the water line's busted, we got gravel, stepping stones, landscape mulch over the piping that was busted to give a outgoing landscape, give it a coverage and reserve of a roundabout, a barrier around the water line that was busted. Oh, Mr. Special Engineering, Army Engineering, Elite Forces, Daryl Johnson was a fool. We got Taylor Harlan, Bruce Callum, Edwards Williams, Kevin Lumens, Frank Lux, Korea, December 1930, October. We got Scott Ellis Wilcox, Vietnam, Lewis Together Forever, U.S. Honor of Other Brother Chuck, Raymond U.S. Marine Corps, Loving Husband Chuck, Gary Loving, Beverly Frank, U.S. Army, this is Army, U.S. Navy, World II, merging of 1920 and 2007. Donald Catt, U.S. Army, Patrice, World Air Force, United States Air Force. Raymond Elder, World War II, 1927-2005. Emma J. Elder. Preacher Loved, Business and Loving, Bronze Star Medal, United States Army, May 3rd, 2015. May 31st, 2015. And this is the father and grandfather. Now, this water line by the master engineer, Mr. Daryl Johnson, where September 11th was leveled. And when they leveled the September 11th of 2001, this whole water line was taken down to that duration. We got the U.S. Navy, Vietnam, April 21st. U.S. Army Air Forces, World War II, September 22nd, 1920, 2009. U.S. Navy, Korea, Betty and Charles. U.S. Navy, Korea, 1930, 2008, November 17th. Mary A. Martin, U.S. Navy, World War II. U.S. Army Air Force, World War II, June 3rd, 1920, December 3rd, 2003. Felix D. Casadilla, Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, November 20, 1934, August 14, 2011, England husband. Father, grandfather. See, this water line that's been accessing Mr. Daryl Johnson and his services no longer needed at that duration period. Mr. J. Mueller watching Mr. Of course, Daryl Johnson fucking off, doing nothing but propagating and instigating and starting fights and confrontations. And the water line towards the Pentagon, you know, this is connected to Overturf Motors. There's a headstone called Overturf Motors, called Ford Overturf Motors for Ford Mustang. They represent Ford Mustang, Cobra Mustangs, GT Mustangs, Shelby Mustangs. Terrorist telling Sergeant, Marine Corps, 1933, December 3rd, 2016. And Jesus Family, American Friends, Sports, and Good Book. Shirley Telgeman, Loving Wife. Roger James Perkins, U.S. Army, June 20, 1939, November 2003. Rosa Lee Perkins, September 3rd, 1952. November 4th, 2013. Chuck Staley, Private Army, U.S. Armed Air Forces, World War II, August 25th, November 4. Stanley, May 29, 2009, loving wife, mother, and grandmother. Barbara Ma Williams, James William, U.S. Army, Korea, September 26, 1920, July 25, 2014, Purple Heart. A loving Mary Laurel friend, all of needs and love, fast cars, and great hair, U.S. Army, Larry A. Wick. February 15, 2014, Donald McCurbis, U.S. Air Force, September 3, 1930, March 4, 2012, Snake Man. They call him the Snake Man, like the snake, the serpent, the snake that portrayed the services of Mumu, Ganja, Mir Singh Nahar, Samram 5 Mine saying the President of India, Modi, and the services that they have. Mr. Joe Johnson was quite an individual. September 11th, he's getting old, he's a has-been. Everybody knows it, I'm moving these headstones, moving these blades, moving the dump truck all by myself because this motherfucker kept on punking people for their shit, for the locks, their doorways, punking them for their apartment complexes, punking some people for the administration agencies to their doorway, like Mr. Sanderman, State Patrolman Soderman, showing up in this parking lot with the Jay Mueller, in front of Jay Mueller, causing him to have heart attacks, having to have strokes, having to have stress episodes because of this piece of shit motherfucker pulls up. Daryl Johnson blindsides Jay Mueller in certain ways and service increments of their property lines and increments where they don't belong to him. See, I'm on the annual, I'm on the report, I'm on the service increments, and this motherfucker attacking me on the sidewalk, you know what I'm saying? Larry McDonald, Captain of the United States Air Force, beloved friend. Gregory Schleider, United States Air Force, Vietnam, July 3rd, 1915, October 4th, 2018. Richard Samuel Woodmurray, SFC U.S. Army, Korea, 1927, September 29, 2000. Sergeant U.S. Army, Vietnam, 4th, October 26, 2000, Bronze Star Medal. James Ronald, MM2 U.S. Navy, Vietnam, 1944, and November 13, 2000, My Superman. Brian James, U.S. Army, Vietnam, December 25th, April 25th, 2000, always in our hearts. Floyd Lawrence Osborne Jr., Sergeant U.S. Vietnam, March 9th, March 16th, 2000, forever. Hot Rodden. Francis Doe, Sergeant U.S. Army, Vietnam, 47, 2000. Glenn Swentz, U.S. Army, Korea. Husgus, SPS Army, Loving, April 26, 36, January 17, 2017. Harold Don Lucas, U.S. Army, October 8th, September 10th, 2016. Home again with those missed and loving unseen. John Philip Perrier, U.S. Army, Vietnam, April 52, 2008. Proud father, proud veteran. Carol N., November 1940, June 7th. Beloved sister and aunt. George Combs, PFCs, July 12, 1929, August 19, 2008. HNS 5231, Engineer CBN. Robert Prince, U.S. Army, November 18, May 17, 2000. Man greatly beloved. Dreamer. See the Dreamer emblem, Mr. Don Trump? Karen Norbod, December 14th, May 27th. Lloyd Lee Leavenworth, U.S. Marine Corps, 21-1920, June 8th, 2019. Richard Boyer, U.S. Korea, 1920, April 23rd, 1934, March 23rd, 2011. Lord John Payne, U.S. Navy, World War II, June 14th, February 21st, in love with honor. Robert C. McLaughlin, Jr., U.S. United States Air Force, Vietnam, March 6, September 20, 2015. Robert C. McLaughlin, Jr., he's been here he's in the services for the LDS Church and Mr. Mueller administration, United States Air Force. See, Betty Sanders, loving wife and mother, April 6, 1944, June 27, today. Eva S. Hubbard, 2016. Newton Hawkins, PF's Army, February 11, 1930, loving. And then M. Hawkins, loving and wife, mother, grandmother. Judith Sheldon, September 9th, January 6, 2018. Weddy Joyce Hager, loving memory, mother, GMA and GGMA. Lindsay Heaven, David A. Heaven, Sergeant U.S. Air Force, Mary 7th, March 17, 1953, November 28, 2006. Helen Lewis Hummel, U.S. Navy, World War II, March 15, 1920, September 29, 2008. His spirit lives forever. Judith C. Thompson, love and memory, Godmother. Larry Thomas, U.S. Air Force, December 25th, July 9th, 2000, Spirit and Loves. MS-3, U.S. Navy, January 12th, 1950, April 10th, 2000, loving son, brother. Kent Baker, SP, U.S. Army, February 6th, February 1st, and faithful sergeant of the Lord of Through the Music. Carl J. Patton, U.S. Army, Vietnam, September 16, 1948, September 18, 2014, brother. Robert McLaughlin, Jr., U.S. Air, Vietnam, March 6, 1943, September 22, 2000. That's the LDS Church, huh? LDS Church singles words and services that they have for their mother and father and wife and children. So breaking this water line that the masters of engineers that proclaim that there is undefeated Mr. Dale Johnson carrying 4 Super Bowl rings. Like, of course, he paid for the Green Bay Packers. Norma Esther Ziller, U.S. Navy in loving memory. William Ms. Ziller, Korea, Vietnam, July 7th, February 4th. U.S. Submarine Service, Knights of Columbus. William B. Ziller, Jr., TMCS, U.S. Navy, Korea, Vietnam, July 7, 1940, February 4th, 2008. U.S. Submarine Service, Knights of Columbus. Norma Esther Ziller, U.S. Navy in loving, forever in the hearts. John A. U.S. Wright, U.S. Navy, Korea, March 8, 1938, December 20th, loving husband. John I. Ziller. Wesley Cook, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam, February 15, August 13th, Joshua 1.9, be strong and good courage. Frederick B. Warren, PFC Army, July 8th, December 2nd, 2016, until we meet again. Norma R. Ralph, U.S. Navy, World War II, August 21st, 1925, January 5th, 2000. To know you was to love you. Anthony J. Stephen, U.S. Army, Iraq, December 31st, February 15th, 2015. And loving father, son, loving son, beloved friend to many. Aaron M. O'Hare, PVC Army, November 5th, 1972. March 7th, 2015, forever in the hearts. Raymond V. Voss, PFC, U.S. Army, January 8, 28. That's January 28, 1926, August 29th, and loving husband and grandpa. Eugene F. Baker, A2C, U.S. Air Force, Korea, February 9th, 1932, November 2nd, 2000, and loving husband and grandpa, gone, forever forgotten. See, there's much more. See, this water line was put in and expanded. Jay Mueller, witness, Mr. Has-been Gerald Johnson. See, he has to do steroids and has to do enhancements. I don't need none of that. Any way, shape, and form. M. Carol Norman, Sergeant, U.S. Army Air Force, World War II, March 26, 1920, June 24, 2000, will be missed by many. Donald A. Carter, Air Force, Korea, 1924, January 24, October 9, 2013, together before. Joan Lampert, H. Vale, Tom Spira, Hammer. And we're looking for Mr. Flick and Mr. Hicks. Mrs. Hicks and Mrs. Hicks. Mr. Hicks and Mr. Hicks. There it is. Joe D. Hicks, U.S. Navy, 1922, 1995. Mr. Joe D. Hicks, U.S. Navy, 1922, 1995. See, Joe D. Hicks goes a long way. You see the increments, the brass on that that's missing the 9, the 5, 1922, the 1995, and the Hicks, the C, the K, the S, the 9, the 5 is damaged. Kennedy T. U.S. Navy, Vietnam, November 11, 1943, October 12, 1999. Joe D. Hicks, U.S. Navy, 1922, 1995. Kennel L. Terry, U.S. Navy, Vietnam, November 11, 1943, October 12, 1999. 1922, 1943. Robert T. Dean, U.S. Air Force, October 8, 1940, January 14th. Richard Wesley, SPS, U.S. Army, PHM-3, U.S. Navy, World War II, Vietnam, June 25th, 1912, September 23, 1995, Purple Heart. See, Purple Heart comes in many shapes and forms. See, it doesn't matter how many Purple Hearts or how many increments of Purple Hearts. Elwood, Underwood, U.S. Navy, July 14, 1903, August 2nd, 1994. Our beloved husband, father, and friend, Buck. Rand A. Underwood. Donald R. James, Sergeant, U.S. Army, Air Force, World War II, January 1991, June 30, 2000, Purple Heart, former prisoner of war. Lucille James in loving memory, May 30th, 1924, May 8th, 2007. Robert A. Murphy, U.S. Navy, June 25th, 1930, July 10th, 2009, Bob. Carl S. Hawk, Shirley Ann. David Ray McComb, U.S. Navy, World War II, November 2nd, 1925, December 22nd, 1998. Oscar T. Tana, U.S. Air Force, June 22nd, 1930, May 22nd, 1999. Beloved husband and father. U.S. Navy, Catherine Day Davis, Kitty. Kitty Cat, the Kitty Cat Company. Kitty Cats. Ronald J. Davis, U.S. Navy, World War II, November 3rd, 1920, November 14th, 1998. Curtis D. Dickey, CPO, U.S. Navy, May 6, 1938, June 25th, 2006. Who touched many lives who will be missed by all. And Dickey, loving mom, grandmother. Norman Harms. James Geraldine Walters, CPL, U.S. Army, Korea, June 8, 1931, December 26, 2003. Husband, father, loving memory. Mary F. Dickey, Leonard Edwin Dickey, CPL, U.S. Army, Korea, February 6, 1938, June 1st, 1997. U.S. Air Force. Oscar T. Tanner. Charles Hawkins, U.S. Army, Air Force, World War II, September 9, June 19th. In loving memory. Robert A. Murphy, U.S. Navy. Then we got the niches. James Forrest, Second Lieutenant, U.S. Army. Faye Bassard, wife, mother, grandfather. Leonard A. Rhodes, U.S. Navy. Fern Magnuson, Charles E. Gooding. Carlin Goldie, John Hall. Erwin Caroline Lope, Tony. Louis Turney Jr., Ray Marmon, Shelley Goldie. Some more niches. Lewis, U.S. Army, Jerry Freeman, Jerry Flagstein, Ralph Cunning, Richard Raymond Daniel. Richard O. Tennant, U.S. Army, World War II, December 2nd, 1920, October 29, 2008, Dorothy Tidd. Lester Reynolds, U.S. Navy, October 4th, 1921, August 5th, 2006, Pacific Campaign. Master Mason Ruth Reynolds, Second Lieutenant, U.S. Army, October 26, 1920, September 5th, 1997. Torrey Babe Robert C. Torrey, U.S. Navy, World War II, July 15th, 1920, May 20th, 1920, resting with those he loved. We got Rosemary Metro, U.S. Navy, December 28, 1930, January 13, 2000, loving wife. William Dean Merrick Sr., Mary 17, 19, loving husband, father. Bruce Simpson, U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force, January 18, 1920, February 20, 2006. Rita S. Simpson, March 26, 2005. Stephen Marson Jr., Ann Hunton, Stephen Marson Gill, U.S. Marine Corps, September 29, 1923, October 6, 1998. Mr. Gilchrist. There's Mr. Gilchrist is somewhere in this mist. Mr. Gilchrist is somewhere by Mr. Hicks and Mr. Gilchrist, which is Mr. Hicks and Gilchrist is somewhere in the mist in this area somewhere. Somewhere. Mr. Gilchrist is somewhere. Jesse A. Robinson, U.S. Navy, World War II, July 16, 1920, July 25, 2006. BSM PHX POW, 1942-1940, Pacific Theater. Mr. Senator John F. McCain, Jeff A. Robinson, And this is the POW, which is ex-POW. Dale Wayne Harles, U.S. Navy, Vietnam, June 8th, 1946, November 24th, 2011. Just notice the U missing off this one? There's a U missing off this one. U.S. Army Sergeant Eugene L. Talbot, August 30th, 1918, October 2nd, 1981. Viola de Talbot, December 20, 1918, November 8, 2019. U.S. Army Theodore Strawbarn, U.S. April 26, 1930, December 11, 2012, loving husband, daddy, grandpa. Mary Strobin, loving wife, grandma. August 23, 1938. Juana Jean Maxwell, March 24, 1926. Robert A. Maxwell, U.S. Navy, World War II, March 24, 1920, August 15, 19. Bob. William Gills, Carol M. Gills, First Lieutenant, U.S. Air Force, December 7, 1920, October 28, 2016, loving parents. Girls M. Hammer, loving wife, mom, grandpa. James H. Hammer, U.S. Navy, April 1937, March 7, 2000, loving husband, father, and grandfather. Dorothy Clover, Edward Clover, U.S. Navy, Vietnam, April 18, 46, October 3, 2008. Gone fishing with friends. William B. Cox, U.S. Navy, Nordica J. Cox, November 18, 1907, March 25, 1996. That's Charlie Cox, which is Charlie Cox and now called Balcom Mo, but changed the services that they have. Wow, Schroeder, U.S. Army, World War II, 1920-1980. Larry Adams, U.S. World War II, July 8, 1907. Mr. Kesley Tripp, U.S. Army, 205. Violet A. Keller, 1928-2006. Vernon C. Keller, AMMPI, U.S. Navy, World War II, 1920-2010. I am in pretty good shape for the fix I'm in. Very PM, 1920-2000. Louis T. May, U.S. Merchant Marine, World War II, 1916-2002. Patrice Anto, Joseph Macto, U.S. Army, World War II, September 12, 1920, May 26, 2001. Beloved husband, father. Patsy A. Kennison, Robert A. Kennison, U.S. Navy, World War II, August 18, 1924, March 19, 2002. Loving husband and great father. Timothy W. Kennison, SPH Force, U.S. Army, April 4, 1950, May 6, 2000. Great father, loved by all. Ann B. House, Ann, 1924, January 24, 1920, September 26, 2006. Loving wife, mother, and grandmother. Howard A. House, U.S. Army, World War II, March 5th, 1920, October 11th, 2006. Loving husband, father, and grandfather. Norman Robert Ballou, Tech 5, U.S. Army, World War II, October 9th, 1912, March 25th, 2008. Purple Heart, and Lord in my Shepherd. Timothy N. Kennison. James Ray Hartley, U.S. Navy, April 9, 1924, August 11, 2008. Silver Fox. See, we got the P missing, and we got the R missing here. April on that one. Gail Walter Hogue, LTC, U.S. Army, Korean, Vietnam, July 12, 1931, April 1st, 2002. Beloved father and grandfather. Douglas A. Teets, U.S. Navy, July 13, October 7, 2002. Loving husband, daddy, and papa. Freddie A.D. Hull, U.S. Army, 1948 and 2000. Lyric Love, you babe. Roger Lee Wingward, U.S. Navy, Korea, 1941, 2003. Loving husband, father. Charles E. Kurtz, U.S. Army, Air Force, World War II, March 19, February 16, 2005. Fighter plane mechanic, SWPA. There's Gilchrist and somewhere in the midst. So we have a water line that's busted out. Mr. Joe Johnson has been. wannabe. Also, their services for the entire military elite forces, the Pentagon, arraying Donald E. McRoberts, U.S. Air Force, September 13, 1937, March 4, 2012, Snake Man. See, there's a snake in the midst. See, the snake, you welcome the snake in your house and it bites. It bites you. What else can you do? It releases all the venom and you will die. You will die. Like COVID-19. But the snake didn't promise you it wouldn't bite you, right? Or did it say it was going to bite you? It bought your forgiveness. It bought your friendship. It bought your trust. It bought your friendship, your trust, and it came in here and just bit you. Mr. Johnson Eldon G. Thelma, November 6, 1917, February 14, 1922, January 1st, 2001, August 3rd, 1990, Johnson. Gree, Kathy A.B., Danny W. George William Rose, U.S. Navy, World War II, October 22nd, 1912, April 28, 2010, Bub. Always a joy. Emma Caroline Rose, November 20, 1914, August 16. Lori Asantoni, beloved wife, mother, Gilbert Sergeant, U.S. Army, Air Force, World War II, January 5th, 1920, beloved husband. Betty Jean Lane, up, and away, May 7, 1920, April 14th. Barbara Ward, Lester Ashley Ward, U.S. Marine Corps, World War II, 1918-2001. Mary Newby, Dunn Newby, U.S. Navy, World War II, March 13, 1925, December 19, 2000. See, you have all kinds of motherfuckers that comes in here and just want to know what and where and what and this. Attack you on the sidewalk, they come in there with services and, you know, they got them for stealing your driver's license. They come here and start a fucking problem. First thing is sign of fear, sign of they jump in the police car and run off with their body cams, you know. And then you show up to the police station and call the cops on them, pull their fucking asses out for a document that ain't belong to them, and they're full of shit. You come to see with the owner, the mother and father in the administration office, they don't do a fucking damn thing, you know what I'm saying? They're pussy ass motherfucking Class A uniforms that come in here representing, they say they represent agencies when they didn't do a fucking damn fucking thing for the system here in the police station, the Kennewick police station. And then you have falsely have the information downloaded. And then they come and put a fucking sign on top of the tank saying they can put brick wall and services on around this tank, you know. Or we're gonna put a brick wall and a tank array for these fucking psychotic individuals that are going to put a brick wall and then get into the building and use the building against whoever's that owns it. So he's going to plot himself. He's going to put himself in the fucking tank. He's going to put some brick wall up, and then he's going to put a police station. You know, he's a uniform, Class A uniform piece of shit gangbanger. 13th Street, 14th Street, 18th Street, BCL. All 5 borders. You apply my services, they come on the mists of the bunks and the shower rooms and locker rooms. Increments are paying their services and they come in here and serve the increment to process their information. Well, let's go visit Brandon. Brandon Lee. That's Brandon Lee is the Bruce Lee's brother. Bruce Lee. He's been a co-founder for the service. Andrew Harrison, Ellis May, 1919, 1976, 1922, 2000, which is the Lee Memorial in downtown Seattle. Bruce Lee Memorial. John Norma, Hazel G. Earnhardt, May 30th, and their name is Montana Sergeant, COA 14 Infantry, 71 in Division, World War II, Sergeant 22, 1920, August 29, 1972. Justin Scott Esgin, November 25th, November 2019, January 6, 2017. Bradley. Bradleys are the sophisticated equipment for the military staff now. This is January 20th, 1908, June 29th, 1983, early January 7th, December 7th. Say they come on a property and ask for fucking bullshit that they uncover broken monuments and services and fees, that increments on the services, any broken vases, any flowers that has to be replaced or redone and way furnished when they have the plot itself presented at the duration of the open casket, closed casket, and services. See, all this vacancy is a lot of land that's sophisticated, and pretty much it's located in central location. So you plot your space, your lot. You can buy as many lots as you want, as many spaces as you want, and then as long as they're connected, you can have your array of services and increments of what location you put. See, that's your Microsoft program in your window. It applies on service. You cut these trees down, put all the headstones up, the high impact rainbirds. Put some concrete slabs up on each side. See, each concrete barrier needs an increment for each hub. These trees be trimmed down as usual, and just leave this one here. You know why? For every slot and every spot, they hide and can never like snakes they are. They come in here and act like they run fucking property, and do shit for nobody. You come to the courtroom, they only do shit, they go, "Oh, I'm Kavanaugh, I'm Scalia, I'm Ginsburg, I'm Badger, I have golden crosses and stripes. I'm Mr. Chief Justice Rehnquist. I'm the Chief Justice Department's the Kavanaugh." No, it's called the Red Line, not the Kavanaugh. So there's the USS Enterprise, the USS Washington, the USS Saratoga, has-beens. Has-beens. You cut all these trees down, the trims for sight. And these coward or individuals, snake individuals that come in here and across individuals that don't have no funds in their accounts. They fraudulent forgery and implement their service. They squeeze their way into a headstone or a plot. And they try to sell increments of square foot, square lots that represented on their each headstone. They come to the computer laptop information download system that's increments on measuring. This is Forest Lawn, by the way. Any array of location, as you can see, it says Mueller's everywhere, on every property, every line, and every mausoleum. Inside the building, outside the building, outside the building, and gigantic headstones and statues. Mueller. 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 They ask for blood every month. And they also ask for Washington Bar Association test. You know what happened? COVID-19. They all got booked. They all got served. You got judges, you got lawyers, you got mischief deviants, you got sealed documentation sealed by the Washington State several times, not once, not twice, several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surgeries. How many surgeries are you gonna put Felix Brau through? How many doctors? How many times are you gonna send him to the hospital for attacking him on the sidewalk? How many times are you gonna attack him when he was walking to Andy Miller's office? And then you call 911. Oh no, We're not calling 911. Yeah, I'm calling 911 because you're full of shit. Have no warrants, outstanding warrants for my arrest. Applying my services in increments on. Have no ticket citations, no misdemeanors, no traffic violation, no felony harassment, no false information, no lying to increments to any kind of agencies. Take blood. You know, this is a cemetery office. It's located at Mueller's, Tri-City for 14 and Unit 1400 East Main on 1400 East Main Street. And this is the crematorium area. You got Biggs. You got U.S. Army Korea, April 18, 1930. Notice the headstone. You notice it's chopped up by a blade. Scarred up. Bateman. Grenard, 1920, 2019. You got dreamers in here. Dreamers, as Don Trump would say. Morton. Rustin. Mackenzie, Martin. Gregory, Libran. Fronter, Merle, Brooke, now William Day, 1922 and 2007. David Cooper, 1960-2000, 1943. 1897, you got Inward Anton Thorson, U.S. Army, World War I, March 27, 1897. See, George Washington was first president for the United States of America. George Washington House. Paul Aaron Myers, this is archive. Brown William, 1914, 1911. Evelyn Wilson, 1886. James Douglas Elma, May 24, 1917, 1920. Little son, Maxine Dennis Boyer, you'll never grow up. Little son, you'll never know the heart aches and pain. You'll never know the loss and bitter, and you'll never know the greed and gain. And you know the life for music and laughter, and the soul of goods, tender and care, patience. You've taught and kindness and the strength and giving you the prayer of the lessons you've taught. Joseph son could never ever measure the good gifts, wisdom, grace, and courage for the little and son who will never grow old. Randy Carostin, July 20th, 1950s, November 6th, 1962. Dorothy Christian, Dottie, June 7th, 1920. Edward Kesley, U.S. Army Korea, now picking guitar with the Angels in Heaven. See, this is Dreamland right here. See, this is where they cast the individuals. And we're going to put some markers, as you can see. This marker is 18. And we don't represent gang bang 18th Street members here. You know what? We can stand, I can walk. I can walk on the sidewalk, use Gamuks 1813 BCL 14th Street. Merging your BCL and your service ISIS Taliban members and your leader Indians from, of course, Yakima Reservation, also the Colville Reservation at the Davenport Hotel. They can merge and make all this shit up, fabricate shit. And we have Mr. Benson headstones out here. B-E-N-S-O-N. We got Daryl Johnson. I guess Johnson's headstone's missing here at the George Washington House. And they smashed it to pieces. How many are you going to smash your headstone to pieces, put your head, body, and increment your skull just like the Kennewick Man? Remove it out of the mausoleum, remove it out of the urns of the determinants of the ground, and then go to Overturf Motors. This is Overturf Motor area. This is the Ford Company on Columbia Drive in Kennewick. We have Overturf Motors. We have Knighton. Scuggs, Maxie Scuggs, U.S. Army, World War II, 1918, 1982. Otis, Ratchard, Oklahoma. PVT, Colorado, E-38 Infantry, World War II, July 4th, August 6th, 1963. fucking idea. You don't have these fucking piece of shit cops coming in here and try to think they run shit just like they did. And they're born again because you got their dead bodies inside the Muslim and in the ground. They keep on coming for more. Okay, here we go. We got October 10, 1970, October 20, 2018. Vonda Brandy. McKinnon, My Pioneer Heritage. We're going to put the sod up and trim it up with a spade. And as you can see, we're going to whack this. Another second grave because of the increments of the curve. Look how they dig the 6 feet deep in increments of the template. But you notice you're missing sod on one side. You know, partial services they got. And long strips of condensation stripping. Graf, Frank, Arthur, Sharon, Clayton, 1939-2004. Hub. Dorothy M. Luck, Doolittle. Dottie, September 18, 1925, November 16. Denny's, 2019. Doolittle, huh? But it's Dottie. October 18th, 1920, May 14th. Loving husband, father, U.S. Army, Korea. Double deadliner. You know, that's one way to go. You don't need to talk to her. You don't deal with her. They're just going to kill you and put you and submit you and inventory you, process your information. And apparently, they sent a real professional to kill you, you know? How's a professional going to do this? When he pulls off and walks off and shows up at their services and they fucking call the fucking cops and services for them attacking you. Your money, your cash, services. And don't forget, Mrs. and Mrs. Sandy Strong, the commissioner of Benton County, you know? When they still have signatures, accounts, services, implementing their transaction accounts for their services for Benton County, just for Benton or Washington State citizen for citizenship. Look at the expansion that is casted out for these hubs and locations. And remember, Azure Luke Diller, Yo Calm, July 1st, 2020. See? See this? What this has is your baby Gabrielle Solis and also Azure Luke Deter. Yahoo.com, July 1st, 2020. Ceremony 5 IC, Banquet Party Restaurant Bar, Motel, and also Denver Hotel. That's Denver Hotel right there. Actually, it's a Ferrari. And then Anchorage and Mother and Father. It's a sibling. It's a child at the Tri-City Herald. You know what I'm saying? Madonna, gracefully donated, Miss Crow Vanilla. Loving Mary and Mr. Izganga Valanda. Memorial site was completed in the Eagle Scout project for foundation of a general address, funded numbers of own community. And the Mueller's Desert Lawn Memorial Park. And also the services that... It says Felix Barella. Look at that. Felix Barella. Saruman 5. It says Amir Singh Nair. It says Donald Trump. Has Frederick. With Mumu Ganja. Has the services they have for Tiffany. Avak. Also Eric. Donald Trump. Melina. And also the service of original wife. and the services where they met. Miss Melania and Donald Trump met. Beautiful, beautiful Davenport Hotel. Beautiful Ferrari Ruscio increments. It's quite the sight for the installing the services. You can see the backlash and background where the tents and the green tents sit. The mausoleum, the monarchs, double death liners, and also the services they provide. And then the trees that are nesting were planted and then concrete poured. And then we got the headstone hot plot that you notice it's in a revived location. Huh? You know what I'm talking about? Well, location. And you also make sure that your sunken grave is put to rest. You know, the body and decaying body and the services that they have, that's supposed to be properly drained. You know, suffocation of a body is one hell of a way to die, eh? What do you figure? See, beautiful. See, the soil here, the burnt soil is pretty more concentrated in this area. As you know, the hubs were laid out. Of course, somebody that tries to suffocate or kill somebody in such a way of matter, put some alcohol in the system and make some testimony services and bring a breach to services, go to the Davenport Hotel and services and run a blood test every month. You know, and they're pretty fucked off. You got convictions left and right for these services. Definitely, they're not getting away with one affidavit or another, one fabrication lie. I'm sure they'll drop you off in Connell and make you walk all the way back from Animals, or try to arrest you in Othello, Washington at night, or Moses Lake when it's foggy, or when it's snowy, when it's 3 feet of snow, where they can come and make up shit up, chase you down and put a body cam on them, and call 911 and have sheriffs and state patrol, U.S. Service call 911. And look, it says KG Auxiliary Floor. It says Roberta Burrell, Lola Hernandez on it. It has Andy Miller, all the deputy prosecutors and commissioners in the office, services and signatures, Boy Scouts America, and also Viking services. Also, Desert Lawn Memorial has the park administration. Well, that's all right there, KGH. We have the concrete services and also the memorial services. And also the Kennewick Flower Shop, Central Premix Concrete Services. And also the Home Depot. AM Irrigation Stubs and Services for service. You got the expansion on the arrest. It's not a arrest warrant, it's a arrest haven location. See Ella and Homer, and now you got a truck in the back of the, and some equipment in the back. You got some scandalous fools that like manipulative situations, like using cop uniforms, sheriff uniforms, and then when they call the feds or the selective service, they see the picture, documentation, and they started making shit up, grabbing a piece of paper and servicing the increments and processing information. Remove a dead body out of a property that don't even belong to you, and the property that inside the property is a dead state patrolman, dead black minorities. You got some Black Panthers, you got some black white people, and all around the black Muslim, Iraqis, Shrieks, Saudi Arabian, Saddam Hussein. O'Day is Saddam Hussein's son, Pascal Washington. You have all these dead bodies all around Roberta Barella. A dead state patrolman, the dead police officers, dead black police officers, dead white police officers, dead black FBI agents, dead black Puerto Ricans, Cuban police officers. You got black Muslim, black uniform officers. You got black children, white children. They're black, they're dead. That's Lola. That's Lola. That's Donald Trump. That's Frederick. That's Felix Brella. And Felix Brella is, these are all votes. This is the Federal Reserve Services for the CIA, FBI, and that's Dick Cheney. That's the wheelchair. It belongs to Lola, Felix Barella, Roberta Barella. And that's the dead state patrolman, Black Panthers. That's King. It's a black nigger right there. They said his name is Niggr. It's on his headstone. It says Niggr. No black Lancers or black mortars, Muslims, Shiites, Saudi Arabian sand niggers allowed on the property. That's Felix Barella. Look. Is that your face? He's big. He knows his mother. That's his mother. So you better go. He is married. She's protected. So we'll just process all this information shoved up their ass. See, the key to the monument services for exchange is service UBI number 602720. And their services increments dragging these police officers off into a unit and services in broad daylight into their headstone and head plot, monument to their services, and shooting them in public with a uniform on the uniform. And their services, how they run and scour and scout and service and sick their children and other servants. When they show up, they shit on themselves, all over themselves, because they don't have no authority or increments, but they bring confrontations to the confrontations where you just start pretty much no weapon and just take them all down at one time, and they're sitting there serving their asses to them in holding cells into their gravesite. Take their gun and shove it up right up their ass. In public, you bag it up, take the brass knuckles, shove it up their ass. And they come in and say, yeah, I'm not no drug addict. I like slamming and fucking your wife. No, I fucked Melania Trump. I fucked her and her mother and father. I supplied her shit. You didn't supply her shit. You supplied a bug fucking bullshit up your ass because you're a lying motherfucker. You sleep with a gun in your bed because you're a piece of shit motherfucker on the headstones. See, they sit in the cremator, they sit in the headstones, and sit there with a gun and power, so have more power to them. Daryl Johnson, their Hell Angel, Pussy, Mongols, the Quesadilla family, members of services, they're all snitch-ass rats. Look at them. Headstones are marked off, the graves are sunken in, they take off from the scene, they lay the hubs out, the concrete hubs are laid in and laid out. And Daryl Johnson, the waterline bust in J. Mueller administration, he's a perfect war individual, ex-con member that erased his record, using money and giving people's accounts of systems that don't belong to him. See, I've never seen somebody shoot at people on the gravesite before like that. And they just run in their cop cars and run off because they don't own it. Mother and father, administration office. They get in the motorcycle car. They put a uniform, disguise themselves. And the water line has been, coulda, woulda, shoulda. See this water line? September 11th strike. Services that send to the Pentagon administration rights. Increments that they have. Overture from emergency power services. Say they come in their headstone, they come to the headstone, they come to the property. Start all kinds of shit. Where you think he's gonna run off and call the cops and went to jail and have all these officers to show all the trying to make shit up when they instigated and started a riot, confrontation. A 2 for lick, see how the system works? They just pull you to a gravesite and show you a service where they can just shoot you in public. That's one way to go, huh? Maybe that's a way to misuse the system, huh? Be more aware of what they are capable of doing, of how the system works. They know you're a criminal. They give you an appraisal of trying to pardon you or erase your record, sponge your record. And they come in here and just take you out in such a way because your convictions of what you did as and your military staff and Fed employees, state employees, anxious and sophisticated of your incomes of satisfying their impeachments and also satisfactories of the affidavits signed. And they didn't sign anything, actually. They just made a piece of paper document. Ain't their paper, ain't their document. They come here and act real hard over a piece of paper and they even belong to them. They make a scene. They don't even own the property, just make a scene maybe with a video camera or footage. The body cam we asked for it. You can drop all the charges, see all the services, all the witness and mayhem that they partake in this service. See how they sit there and manipulate and use the system. Lee, Nye, Forms, Ellen Zavaleta, born 18/18/1965, dated DOD 1/6/2020, January 6. Lee Kevin Fames. Ellen Zavaleta, ZAVLT, 1009 West Eniac, Kennewick, Wash, 99336, January 6, 2020. So you got all kinds of individuals that partake in services, you know what I'm saying? You got these homeless missions, you got these Kennewick homeless missions, Pasco homeless. You got these homeless motherfuckers come in here and try to make shit up and wear a uniform. Now they got graves and containers that holding in smaller increments. Monticello Monarchs, Monticellos. And I definitely don't shop at Walmart. And I definitely don't shop at, I shop at Simon's Mall. You know, I'm a customer. See these Monticellos, Monarchs, concrete liners? Well, one time they had a cremator. You had to put them on a gurney. You put the body in. You'd be here all day cremating just one body. Especially if it's a 400, 500, 400 pound body. You'd be cremating that body all day on a gurney. You get on the gurney, goes to a conveyor belt like Burger King, Carl's Jr. And then you take that dead body and put it on the gurney and put it on the start of the conveyor belt, and then wait till it drops into another side and put it in the gurney. You can't wait for the body to drop because it's really hard for that dead carcass body all over you. A burnt up body, just like how they burnt me up and left me at Findlay, Washington, you know. Let's burn his face up so they don't recognize his face. No, let's make it easy. Just chop his hands off. And his head, so we get the dentist report. We don't know what dentist office he's been to, so we can cover all the information, make sure that he's no way we get the evidence against us for murdering him. No, we could lay this pavement drive-through here, private access road, and try to say we're the police, but we're not the police department. But we can make it look good after 5-10 years of him not being here or him somewhere because of them fabricating a death trap for 5 years, and then another 5 years you can make another death trap of digging the graves out and trying to find out exactly where and what, when, and where he's coming to and where he's talking to. Maybe you call Verizon, AT&T, and Extreme Mobile and their service and then wireless services on the phone records recollection. Now we go over to promoters and we can see where Elio and Homer originally started. Mr. Eric Benson, con artist. And also Daryl Johnson and his Emperor Leonard Bambach and his children. Mr. The City Hall, Ordinance City Hall mayor of Othello coming here trying to negotiate deals on services of hiring and firing police officers and increments under his authority, which Mr. Jim Logan has nothing to do with him because all the services that he applied, that his household, full of fucking con artists, piece of shit, white, black, minorities of services and applying their services. And then downing their services here. You're gonna have another second grave. Blame that to Ford Motors, huh? You know, it's one way or another, and them attacking you on the sidewalk. You have no weapons, no drugs. Just make shit up. They probably put you in a closed facility. You have no record, no citation, no tickets. You have inventory of paying and serving and giving Andy Miller money, cash from here. Signing tickets and waivers and services. Beautiful. Look at this beautiful area. Huh? Look at this area.